Exam dost, success ka host. Sainik na vodaya mein topmost.
Hello and welcome everybody to the session on the parliamentary system, legislature and executive. We have discussed this in detail in the previous sessions. The constitution is not mere a lawyer's document, it is a vehicle of life, and its spirit is always the spirit of the age. Aladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, November 1949, Constituent Assembly debates. He was also one of the member. The session starts with some question. What are India's parliamentary system and how it is structured? What are the key functions of the parliament? What are the rules of legislature, executive and the Indian parliamentary democracy? How are the legislature and executive organized at the union and state levels? This is the new parliamentary building. The graded students from Nalanda Vidyalaya were on a school trip to Delhi. Usha, Sukhwinder, Anjali, John and Farida. They were especially excited to visit the new parliament building. It is not square or round, it is like a soft triangle. The three-sided design reflects balance, inclusivity and purpose. It also uses green construction, cutting electricity used by 30%. It feels like the Museum of India. Inside, they decorated the walls with carvings, peacocks, lotus, tribal art, temple pattern and freedom fighters. There's an Ashoka emblem. Starting with the introduction, India's independence was achieved through great sacrifices by many people of the country after years of struggle against colonial rule. The citizens of a free country could now make decisions about their own governance. The first important step in this new epoch in the life of our nation was the drafting of Constitution of Independent India. This comprehensive document laid foundational principles for the nation, including that of universal adult franchise, which guarantees all adult citizens of the country the right to vote, irrespective of their social और इकोनॉमिक बैकग्राउंड, जेंडर, रेस एंड रिलीजन. तो ये बता रहे हैं कि कैसे हमने अपना शुरुआत की और कैसे हमने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाया और उसमें यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट सफरेज दिया. ये हमारी ओल्ड पार्लियामेंट की बिल्डिंग है जिसका नाम अब संविधान सदन है. क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. ये हमारी न्यू पार्लियामेंट की बिल्डिंग है जो अब संसद भवन है. ये भी क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. तो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली की जो एक्चुअल जो मीटिंग वगैरह हुई है वो यहाँ पर हुई है. The people of India elect their representatives who became members of Lok Sabha. A majority group among these elected representatives forms the government. They are basically talking about the election structure. तो हम डायरेक्टली लोकसभा के मेंबर्स को इलेक्ट करते हैं और उसमें से जो मेजॉरिटी जिस पार्टी की होती है वो गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करती है. द पार्लियामेंट इज द सुप्रीम लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है विच इज द सुप्रीम लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. इट इज द पार्लियामेंट. इट मेक्स लॉज फॉर द कंट्री. कंट्री के लिए ये लॉ बनाने का काम करता है. इट कंप्राइजेज ऑल इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स ऑफ द पीपल एंड कंट्रोल्स. तो इसमें सारे इलेक्टेड मेंबर्स आपको मिलेंगे. एंड इट कंट्रोल्स एंड गाइड्स द वर्क ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. यही गवर्नमेंट के काम को कंट्रोल और गाइड करती है. द गवर्नमेंट कैन देयरफॉर बी सीन एज फंक्शनिंग विद द पीपल्स कंसेंट. तो हम क्योंकि ये सारे इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है हमने किए हुए, तो हम बोल सकते हैं कि ये जो गवर्नमेंट हो रही है ये पीपल के कंसेंट से चल रही है. देयर हैव बीन 17 लोकसभा सिंस द फर्स्ट वन इन 1952. क्वेश्चन बन सकता है अब तक 17 हुए. द 18th लोकसभा वॉज कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड इन जून 2024. Composition of the Parliament of India. The Indian Parliament is composed of the President and the two houses. The Lok Sabha, which is House of People, lower house, and the Rajya Sabha, which is the Council of States, the upper house. This structure with two houses is called bicameral system. Bi means two, cameral means chamber. You can see the picture of Lok Sabha in the new building, and this is the राज्यसभा. The people of India chose their representative for the Lok Sabha through direct elections based on universal adult suffrage. तो लोकसभा के जो मेंबर्स होते हैं ये हम डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन से चूज करते हैं. द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स इन दिस हाउस एनविजाज्ड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज 550. तो मैक्सिमम मेंबर्स 550 पर अभी 543 हैं बेस्ड ऑन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज. द मेंबर्स ऑफ पार्लियामेंट एमपीज इन द राज्यसभा are elected indirectly by the electoral college that you read about in the previous chapter. Both the number of Rajya Sabha seats allocated and the number of MPs represented in the Lok Sabha, they are based on the population of each state. क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है कि ये जो मेंबर्स होते हैं राज्यसभा के और लोकसभा के, ये किस बेसिस पर बनाए जाते हैं. तो ये हर एक स्टेट के पॉपुलेशन के बेसिस पे बनाए जाते हैं और अलग अलग मेंबर्स होते हैं. We are aware that several aspects of the Indian constitutions were drawn from the constitutions of other countries. तो हमने ये पहले भी देखा है कि हमारा जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है वो अलग अलग देशों के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से कुछ कुछ पार्ट हमने इम्पॉर्टेंट लिए हुआ. ब्रिटेन सिस्टम इंस्पायर्ड आवर पार्लियामेंट्री डेमोक्रेसी. ब्रिटेन से हमने जो पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट है वो लिया. हाउएवर देयर वर आल्सो एक्सपीरियंसेस दैट आवर फ्रीडम फाइटर्स एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर्स हैड. द प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस गेन्ड थ्रू पार्टिसिपेशन इन ब्रिटिश colonial governance structure, even in a very limited way, that provided familiarity with parliamentary procedures, the memory of the ancient republics, that's Mahajanpadas, the village panchayats, where elders made collective decisions, as we learnt in a previous chapter. यहाँ पर ये बात कर रहे हैं कि हमने जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाया है उसमें अलग अलग देशों से अलग अलग चीज़ें ली हैं, और जिन लोगों ने ये बनाया है, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली के मेंबर्स थे, वो फ्रीडम फाइटर्स भी थे. फ्रीडम फाइटर्स के पहले वो भी थोड़े बहुत प्रोविंसेस को मेंटेन कर रहे थे, वहाँ पे भी वो डेमोक्रेटिक स्ट्रक्चर का पार्ट थे. तो वहाँ से जो एक्सपीरियंस आया वो हालांकि कम है, लेकिन वो जो एक्सपीरियंस आया है उसने भी हेल्प की है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को फ्रेम करने में और एक ओवरऑल स्ट्रक्चर बनाने में. प्लस एंशिएंट से हमने महाजनपद से और विलेज पंचायत से जो स्ट्रक्चर था उससे भी हमने काफ़ी लर्निंग्स लिए हुए हैं. Extensive discussions took place during the making of constitution regarding whether India should have a bicameral system. तो हमें राज्यसभा और लोकसभा होनी चाहिए नहीं, इस पर काफ़ी डिस्कशन हुआ. बाद में we felt that single direct elected house would be inadequate to meet the challenges independent India would face. फिर ये डिसाइड किया कि भाई जब हम इंडिपेंडेंट हो गए तो जो मुश्किलें हैं उसके लिए एक सिंगल हाउस, सिर्फ लोकसभा से काम नहीं चलेगा, हमें राज्यसभा बनानी चाहिए. इन द स्पिरिट ऑफ फेडरलिज्म इट वॉज फेल्ट दैट काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स द राज्यसभा वॉज नीडेड. तब ज़रूरत पड़ी राज्यसभा की. द कंपोजिशन एंड प्रोसेस ऑफ इलेक्शन इन द राज्यसभा वर ऑल्सो डिज़ाइन टू बी डिफरेंट. और उसकी कंपोजिशन, उसका स्ट्रक्चर जो हमने प्रीवियस चैप्टर में देखा वो काफ़ी अलग है, और इसकी जो इलेक्शन प्रोसेस है वो भी अलग है. इंडिया प्रैक्टिसेस फेडरलिज्म विच इज़ अ फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट वेयर पावर इज़ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड बिटवीन सेंटर, स्टेट एज वेल एज लोकल गवर्नमेंट. तो हमारे पास जो स्ट्रक्चर है, जो फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर है, वो ऐसा है कि 3 tier गवर्नमेंट सिस्टम है, सभी के पास अपनी पावर है. दिस सिस्टम हेल्प्स टू कीप द बैलेंस बिटवीन नेशनल यूनिटी एंड लोकल इंटरेस्ट. तो इससे हमारी कंट्री सेंट्रल लेवल पे भी स्ट्रांग है और लोकल विलेज लेवल पर भी स्ट्रांग है. दिस इज कमिंग टू द फंक्शंस. Each house of the parliament has a presiding officer to ensure that debates and discussions are conducted in an orderly manner. तो ये दोनों हाउस, राज्यसभा और लोकसभा के प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर हैं जो मेंश्योर करेंगे कि सारी जो यहाँ पर प्रोसेस चल रही है वो ठीक चल रही है. इन द लोकसभा द मेंबर्स इलेक्ट अ स्पीकर. लोकसभा में स्पीकर होते हैं प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर हु कंडक्ट्स द सेशंस, allow members to speak, maintains discipline and ensures that rules are followed. The Rajya Sabha is presided over by the Vice President of India who acts as a chairperson. Important है, हमने पहले डिस्कस किया है पर आगे भी इस पर क्वेश्चन बन सकता है. The Sengol, a gold-plated silver scepter, was symbolically handed over to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, on 14th August 1947 on the occasion of Indian independence as a powerful symbol to mark the transfer of power. It is now placed near the speaker's chair in the new Lok Sabha. ये अभी नई जो लोक सभा है वहाँ पे स्पीकर की चेयर के बगल में ये सेंगोल रखा हुआ है. It served as a symbol of righteousness and just rule. Just rule मतलब सही चीज़ें करने के लिए. Just means something which is fair. उसका ये सिंबल है. Dating back to the Chol period, the Sengol was handed to new rulers as a reminder that power must be guided by dharma and righteousness. At its top sits Nandi, symbolizing justice. Question यहाँ पर बन सकता है कि ये कहाँ से लिया है, तो चोल पीरियड से लिया हुआ है सेंगोल है. ऊपर क्या है, तो नंदी बनी हुई. Capture a decorated rod carried by a king or queen at ceremonies as a symbol of their power. to help make parliamentary discussion accessible to all. सभी अलग अलग लैंग्वेज में होनी चाहिए. सो ट्रांसलेशन सर्विसेज आर प्रोवाइडेड इन मल्टीपल इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस. प्रीवियसली साइमल्टेनियस इंटरप्रिटेशन वर अवेलेबल इन 12 लैंग्वेजेस, नेमली हिंदी, इंग्लिश, असमीज, बंगाली, गुजराती, कन्नड़, मलयालम, मराठी, उड़िया, तमिल, पंजाबी एंड तेलुगु. Recently, 6 more languages are added, which are Bodo, Dogri, Maithili, Manipuri, Urdu and Sanskrit. More languages are expected. So there are a total of 18 languages. Earlier 12, now 6 more. The executive responsibility of the parliament ensuring that laws are implemented. The executive responsibility is that law should be implemented and enforced. This is the responsibility of executives. Is as important as the legislative function. Legislative function is to make the laws. The union executive gives life to the legislative functions and power of the parliament. The union executive consists, उनको लाइफ देते हैं, मतलब यही लोग हैं जो फंक्शनरीज हैं. ये कौन कौन है? प्रेसिडेंट है, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है, काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स है एंड उसमें प्राइम मिनिस्टर उनके हेड है. The council of ministers is chosen from among the MPs of both houses of parliament. क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है कि काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स को कहाँ से चूज किया जाता है. ये मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट होते हैं दोनों हाउसेस के. These ministers are collectively responsible to the लोक सभा. अब वो चाहे राज्यसभा के हों या लोकसभा के, अगर वो काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर हैं तो वो लोकसभा के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होंगे. Moving on to the legislative functions of the parliament. The constitution lays down the key functions that the parliament needs to fulfill. They can be broadly classified: constitutional functions, lawmaking, executive accountability and financial accountability. Let's go ahead and look at them one by one. The first is constitutional function, but before that, from your previous lessons on the theme of democracy and governance, name a few constitutional functions of the parliament. Did you list the election president? This is not important. इससे question हमें कुछ नहीं बन सकता. Let's go to the constitution, the functions. First, the parliament is directly entrusted with upholding the core value of the Indian constitution, including the first is enabling parliamentary democracy through universal adult suffrage. Voting देने का जो right है ये होना चाहिए. Follow the separation of powers between the legislature, executive and judiciary. Ensuring federalism and upholding fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy by framing laws and policies. तो ये responsibilities इन्होंने constitutional functions बताए हैं. Second is the law making. Among the primary responsibility of the legislature is to make laws. This is the function of legislature. The constitution has laid out an elaborate and rigorous process for lawmaking. A law is generally brought into force through an instrument called act. A bill, which is a draft of the proposed law. Bill क्या होता है? Law का proposed एक draft होता है. जब start होता है तो वो bill कहलाता है. Is introduced in parliament and goes through a long and effortful journey before it becomes an act. तो बिल ही है जो बाद में एक्ट बन जाता है अगर पास हो गया तो. Given below is the journey of how a bill becomes an act and ultimately a law. In the case of the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009 RTE, इसको हम डिस्कस करने वाले. बिल, a bill is a draft of a proposed law that needs to be approved by the parliament before it can be enacted into law. तो बिल पहले अप्रूव होगा, अप्रूव हो जाएगा, एक्ट बन जाएगा, एक्ट बनने के बाद वो लॉ बन जाएगा. Most people call me RTE. That's right to education. I came into existence in August 2009. Question पूछा जा सकता है. Though the idea began almost a century before. My roots lie in the directive principles of state policy of the Indian Constitution. Though the constitution makers wanted me implemented with a decade after independence, this didn't happen, leaving countless children without access to education. In the early 1990s, someone argued in court that I was inherently part of the fundamental right in the Constitution, namely the right to life, as education is important to lead a meaningful life. Parliamentary action began some years later with the introduction of 86th Constitutional Amendment Act 2002, which mandated as Article 21A of the Constitution that the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children between the age of 6 and 14 years. Question पूछा जा सकता है, आर्टिकल के साथ पूछा जा सकता है. Very important. 6 years later, I was tabled as a bill in the Rajya Sabha तो पूछा जा सकता है ये कहाँ से शुरू हुआ था, तो ये राज्यसभा से, किसी भी हाउस से, ये लोकसभा से भी शुरू हो सकता है बिल, राज्यसभा से भी हो सकता है. A committee studied me thoroughly and suggested modifications. The major debate concerned funding. New schools, infrastructure, and teachers for millions of children would be costly. By 2008, the MPs determined it was time. तो फिर ये भी आए कि इतने पैसे कहाँ से आएंगे, टीचर्स की सैलरी कैसे होगी, लेकिन बाद में इसको 2008 में सबने शुरू किया. After the 2009 elections, the new government pursued the matter, and in August 2009, it was passed in the Lok Sabha and received the President's assent, becoming an act. Today, I have enabled the creation of legal pathways for children to attend school, facilitated new school construction, and ensured free books and uniform for children. तो ये कैसे राइट टू एजुकेशन आया, हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का पार्ट तो ये पहले से ही था, पर कैसे ये एनैक्ट हुआ, talking about. From bill to act, the process of law making in the parliament important. First, introduction in either house of the parliament means Lok Sabha में भी introduced हो सकता है bill, राज्य सभा में भी introduce हो सकता है bill. Then reading of the bill, bill रखा जाएगा तो उसको read करेंगे, details रखेंगे. Referred to the standing committee is talking about what is standing. It is a permanent committee consisting of MPs. The MPs may change, but the committee as a structure remains, that scrutinizes government activities, make recommendation and ask questions on actions taken by the government. तो गवर्नमेंट क्या काम कर रही है, कैसे कर रही है, उसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन ये पूछते हैं. Standing committee, they taken up for consideration and passing. Clause by clause discussion and amendments voted. तो हर एक पॉइंट पर डिस्कस किया जाता है और उसके बाद उस पर जितने भी मेंबर्स हैं राज्यसभा के, वो सभी उस पर वोट करेंगे, वेदर दे आर अग्री और वेदर दे accept it or not. After the vote, the process is repeated in the other house. Very important to understand. अगर बिल जैसे RTE का राज्यसभा में शुरू हुआ, वहाँ पे पास हो गया तो लोकसभा जाएगा, लोकसभा में पास हो गया, उसके बाद ये प्रेसिडेंट के पास जाएगा. And after that it is going to go to the presidential assent and finally a gazette notification, where it will now from a bill it will from the bill it will become a act. This is the process of law making, a simplified diagram to illustrate the key steps. Reading: the origin are in the British Parliament. Many MPs were illiterate, so a clerk would read out the contents of the bill for the MPs to discuss. Today MPs read the bill before the discussions take place. Clause: these are parts of bill that explain the specific details of the bill. Example: RTE defines the age group to which it applies, 6 to 14 year. Gazette: this is the official government publication that announces legal documents and official information. तीनों पे क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. Some type of bills have to be tabled only in the Lok Sabha, as they say that any of the houses can start or propose the bill, but there are certain bills which can be started only at Lok Sabha. One example is the money bill. Question पूछा जा सकता है. It is concerned with financial matters including taxation, government borrowings. It is essentially a draft law that can be included only in the Lok Sabha. However, the introduction of the bill requires the prior recommendations of the president. पर इसके लिए president का prior recommendation चाहिए. Next is the executive accountability. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are part of Union Executive. They are primarily responsible for implementing and enforcing laws and overseeing the effective running of the government. All these points are important. They take decisions regarding the day-to-day functioning of the government based on the principles laid out in the Constitution and in the laws. They are answerable to the Lok Sabha through mechanisms like the question hour, which require ministers to justify their actions and decisions. The question hour in the Lok Sabha is a select period, typically the first hour of the parliamentary session. पहले क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है, आगे भी पूछा जा सकता है. ये क्वेश्चन आवर कौन सा होता है? पहला आवर होता है, where MPs can ask the ministers question about government policies and activities. It is a process of parliament that holds the executive accountable, that is, it must justify all actions and decisions. Special committees also hold meetings where ministers have to explain and answer questions about their policies. These committees may include MPs from different political parties. The parliament isn't always formal and serious. Sometimes the atmosphere is set through poetry and humor. Verse in the parliament. While presenting the union budget for the year 25-26 on the 1st February 2025, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman recited the following verse from Tirukkural, an ancient Indian treatise in Tamil on ethics and morality. Vanokki Vallum Ulakellam Manavan Kolanokki Valung Kudi. It means just as living beings live expecting rains, citizens live expecting good governance. On hearing this, there was an enthusiastic thumping of desk from the treasury benches. Thumping मतलब सब लोगों ने बहुत ही खुशी से इसको. Humor in the parliament. During 2011, during a spirited debate in the Lok Sabha, parliamentarian Sushma Swaraj quoted a poetic verse to criticize the government. तो इधर उधर की ना बात कर ये बता कि काफिला क्यों लौटा, हमें रहजानों से गिला नहीं, रहजनों से गिला नहीं, तेरी रहबरी का सवाल है. Don't change the topic, just say why the caravan was looted. We have no complaint with the robbers, but this is a question on your leadership. In response, the then Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, calmly replied with another poetic line. माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं, तू मेरा शौक देख, मेरा इंतज़ार देख. I admit that I am not worthy of your sight. You should look at my zeal and my perseverance. Here the co-location of Ayush facilities at primary health center, community health centers and district hospitals. There is extract from a report of a standing committee. जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया कि क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं पॉलिसीज पे. Recommendation था, the committee at this juncture notices that in some states and UTs a separate department of Ayush has not been opened. The committee to boost the Ayush system for better coordination in Ayush healthcare, ये healthcare department को देखते ही, recommends the Ministry of Ayush to impress upon and persuade the states and UT with no separate department of Ayush to create such a department for speedy development and implementation of Ayush. Ayush sector basically हमारे health system को देखता है. Action was taken. Public health is being a state subject. Creation of separate department of Ayush in the state comes under purview of respective state and Union Territory government. However, Ministry of Ayush has requested the state and Union Territory government in different meetings to create separate directorates, deployment of manpower in SPMU and DPMU in the state for speedy development. in तो ये यहाँ पर ये क्वेश्चन आंसर के थ्रू हो रहा है. SPMU DPMU का फुल फॉर्म दिया, स्टेट प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट यूनिट एंड district project management unit. So ये basically, let us see what is this. This is given here as an extract from the report of meeting between the Standing Committee on Health and Family Welfare and the officers from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Oversee the screenshot above and discuss the following. Who is reporting to whom, what is the subject. इस पर तो कुछ क्वेश्चन नहीं, बट यही था ये कि जो इन्होंने पॉइंट बताया कि आपके पॉलिसीज़ पर आप क्वेश्चंस वगैरह पूछ सकते हैं. The next is the financial accountability. The Parliament approves and monitors government expenditure through the annual budget and examining the distribution of funds to different ministries. The government is expected to provide the necessary information to Parliament in a timely and accurate manner. तो जो भी काम गवर्नमेंट करेगी वो पार्लियामेंट को बताना ज़रूरी है और सही समय पे ज़रूरी है. Executive functions of Parliament. Now we have uncovered a few points on the role of executive in the previous sections. Now let us have a look at little more detailed. Part 5 of the Indian Constitutions begins with Chapter 1, the Executive. Question पूछ सकते हैं कौन सा पार्ट है ये? Part 5 है. It looks at the role and responsibility of the President, Vice President, Council of Ministers, among others. It is in Chapter 2 that the role and functions of parliaments are listed. First is the President. The President is the head of state and the nominal head of the executive. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are responsible for running the government. The President appoints the Prime Minister and other ministers, summons the Parliament. Question पूछा जा सकता है, who summons the Parliament? And gives assent to bills, among other functions. The Council of Ministers aids and advises the Parliament. However, advises the president. However, in specific circumstances, the president can exercise discretionary powers, particularly during political crisis, like when no party holds a clear majority in a Lok Sabha election. तो प्रेसिडेंट के अलग अलग फंक्शंस बताए हुए हैं. डेफिनेटली इस पार्ट पर एक क्वेश्चन आपको पूछा जा सकता है. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is the de facto executive authority of India's parliamentary system. The President appoints the leader of the majority party or coalition in the Lok Sabha as the Prime Minister. ये प्राइम मिनिस्टर को प्रेसिडेंट अपॉइंट करते हैं, ये बताया जा रहा है, जो कि मेजॉरिटी पार्टी के हेड होते हैं. द प्राइम मिनिस्टर सर्व्स विद द सपोर्ट ऑफ मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द एमपीज इन द लोक सभा. The Prime Minister's key functions: leading the Council of Ministers, coordinating the work of different ministries, advising the President, shaping the national policies. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers take decisions and run the government. They are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Most of the bills that come to the Parliament for discussion are initiated by the government. A permanent group of officials called civil servants, they help in implementing laws and policies. These officers, often called administrators or bureaucrats, work under the direction of ministers and ensure that government department functions smoothly. तो ये इनका और एक broadly एक structure दिया हुआ है. Don't miss out. Lal Bahadur Shastri, Minister for Railways and later Prime Minister of India. In 1956, Railway Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri resigned after a train accident. Although he was not blamed for the accident, he believed that a minister must take moral responsibility for anything that happens in the ministry. He offered his resignation to the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Nehru declined at first, but Shastri insisted. Finally, his resignation. तो इस तरह के लीडर्स हमारे देश में हुए, जो अगर एक एक्सीडेंट हो जाता था तो रिजाइन कर देते थे. Proceeding further to the difference between the legislature and executive. It is important to understand some key differences between the legislature and the executive. This table briefly mentions them. Composition. Legislature. The Parliament of India is the supreme legislative body of the country, composed of the President, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Executive. The executive is composed of President, Vice President and the Council of Ministers, headed by the Prime Minister. Difference in composition. Main role of is making laws and overseeing the work of the executives. Legislature, enforcing the laws made by the legislature. So legislature law बनाएंगे और executives they will basically enforce it. Functions. They can introduce some bills in the parliament. Most of the bills are introduced by the executives in the parliament. So this side is executive, this is legislature. Legislature keeps a check on the activities of executive by asking questions and seeking explanation. The executive, they provide information and explanation to the legislature on its decision and action. They aid and advise the president on important matters, including calling sessions of parliament. They sanction all government related expenses. They prepare and implement the budget approved by the parliament. They consult different parliamentary committees. They can function independently on day-to-day matters and may consult committees when required. The judiciary, role of checks and balances. The judiciary is the branch of government that is responsible for interpreting and applying the laws of the land, including in specific case of dispute. The judiciary functions through a system of court and play a pivotal role in maintaining the democratic nature of society and governance. The judiciary acts as the custodian of the constitution. Custodian का मतलब होता है caretaker, ensuring that all branches of the government operate within the principles and parameters enshrined in the constitution. तो एक constitution ठीक से follow हो रहा है या नहीं, that is their role. It keeps a check on the effective functioning of society and institutions of the government by interpreting laws, resolving dispute and safeguarding fundamental rights. The constitution not only describes how the legislature and executive are given power to govern the country, but it also lists the specific responsibility of these organs. To ensure that the powers of the legislature are used properly and responsibilities are followed, the judiciary is given the unique and critical responsibility of checking that the laws passed by the parliament have not violated the constitutional framework. तो जुडिशरी ये भी चेक करेगी कि पार्लियामेंट में जो लॉ पास हो रहे हैं वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल को ब्रेक नहीं करने चाहिए, वॉयलेट नहीं करने चाहिए. Similarly, if a violation of constitution occurs when the laws are implemented by the executive, the judiciary again has the power to step in. अगर उन्होंने देखा कि ऐसा कुछ एग्जीक्यूटिव्स ने ऐसा कुछ लॉ पास किया है या ऐसा कुछ फंक्शनिंग चल रही है तो वो without any call they can enter, and then just as parliament functions through its legislature and the executive arms, the judiciary functions through its courts. तो लेजिस्लेचर एग्जीक्यूटिव के थ्रू काम करती है और जुडिशरी कोर्ट्स के थ्रू काम करती है. इन दिस चैप्टर वी हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड हाउ द ऑर्गन्स विद इन द पार्लियामेंट बैलेंस मेकिंग ऑफ द लॉ एंड एग्जीक्यूटिंग इट, एंड हाउ द जुडिशरी चेक दीज एक्शंस. These are all examples of the separation of powers in the system of checks and balance among the literature and executive and the judiciary, ensuring that no one organ become too powerful. What might happen if one of the organs, say legislature, executive or judiciary, had all the power? Then कोई भी एक को आप पूरी power देंगे, so it can be, they can misuse it. Legislative and executive functions at the state level. As discussed, the union government has a parliament with legislative and executive functions. Similarly, each state has its own legislature and executive called the state assembly. Just as the parliament has members of parliament who make laws, there are members of legislative assembly MLAs who formulate laws on subjects that are state list and on the concurrent list. जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया कि दोनों के पास कुछ सेपरेट पावर्स होते हैं, कुछ कंबाइंड पावर्स होते हैं, सो दैट इज कंकरेंट लिस्ट. दिस इज गिवन अ बेसिक union list, state list and concurrent list. The constitution has a list that helps to clarify the area on which the union and state government can exclusively legislate, called the union list and the state list respectively. तो यूनियन के अलग अलग जो पावर्स हैं, स्टेट की अलग पावर्स है, लेकिन यहाँ पर आप देखिए यहाँ पर ये ओवरलैपिंग है, इसको बोलते हैं concurrent list. This is a specific matters like education, environmental policy. They require collaboration between the union and states, exhibiting the interdependent nature of federalism. There is also a concurrent list that subjects on which both the union and state government can legislate. तो concurrent list पर दोनों काम कर सकते हैं. However, in the case that the union government legislate on a subject in the concurrent list, the state government is bound to follow. लेकिन इसमें union government के जो decisions होंगे वो supreme रहेंगे. In this case of RTE, for example, the act is applicable all over India, even though education is in the concurrent list. तो एजुकेशन के बारे में बता रहे हैं कि एजुकेशन कंकरेंट लिस्ट है, लेकिन राज्यसभा ने इसमें, मतलब यूनियन ने इस पे जो रोल बनाया, राज्यसभा है तो यूनियन का पार्ट है, तो वो पूरे कंट्री में फॉलो किया. तो मतलब कंकरेंट लिस्ट में आती है, स्टेट ने भी इसको फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. तो कंकरेंट लिस्ट में क्वेश्चन बन सकता है किसकी ज़्यादा अथॉरिटी रहेगी, तो यूनियन की ज़्यादा अथॉरिटी रहेगी, पार्लियामेंट की ज़्यादा अथॉरिटी रहेगी. पैरेलल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ यूनियन एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इन इंडिया. The structure at the state level imitates the one at the union level. You can see the structure across both levels in the table. Constitutional head we will discuss. In the union government, the President of India elected by an electoral college. He is the head. State government is the governor of the state appointed by the President is the head. Term of office is 5 years. For union government, state government also 5 years. Executive head, the nominal head is president, but the prime minister is the de facto, means the real head or executive authority at the center. The nominal head is here in the state level is governor, but the chief minister is the de facto executive authority of the state. Selection of executive, the leader of majority party or coalition in the Lok Sabha. So he will be the person who will select the executive, and here the leader of majority party and coalition in Vidhan Sabha. Next, council of ministers is selected by prime minister. Here it is selected by chief minister. Responsibility is collectively responsible to Lok Sabha, collectively responsible to Vidhan Sabha. This is again talking about the central and the union and the state government. Legislative structure, it's bicameral, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. It can be unicameral, only Vidhan Sabha, or bicameral, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Also called lower house, Lok Sabha, House of the People, also called Vidhan Sabha, Legislative Assembly. Upper house also has a Rajya Sabha or Council of State. It has a Vidhan Parishad, legislative council, but not in all states, in some states. Term of lower house 5 years, state 5 years. Presiding officer is speaker, Legislative powers are making laws on subjects in union list and concurrent list. They make law on subjects in state list and concurrent list. Financial powers, money bill, they can originate only in Lok Sabha. Money bill originate only in Vidhan Sabha. Moving on to the structure of state legislature. Unlike the center, the state legislatures can be unicameral, having only one house, or bicameral, having two houses. The legislative assembly is called the Vidhan Sabha, and the legislative council, the upper house, is called Vidhan Parishad. The states having a bicameral system. Important question पूछा जा सकता है. आंध्र प्रदेश, बिहार, कर्नाटका, महाराष्ट्र, तेलंगाना and उत्तर प्रदेश. While the remaining states have a unicameral. अब क्योंकि bicameral के there are only 6 states, तो इस पर क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. Which of the following has a bicameral system? Means they have a Vidhan Sabha and a Vidhan Parishad. This is the Vidhan Sabha houses, the legislatures in Karnataka. The building was envisioned by Kangal Hanumanthayya, who was a freedom fighter and a member of Constituent Assembly, Chief Minister of Karnataka, and later a member of Parliament. Challenges to the effective functioning of the legislatures. As discussed, the Indian legislatures, including the Parliament at the centre and the state assemblies, had a critical and vital role of enacting laws, overseeing administrative processes, and approving the budget. It also provides a platform for discussing national policies, development plans, international relations, and addressing public grievances. However, the legislature also faces several challenges in its effective functioning. Some of these can include regular absenteeism of members, non-cooperative conduct and communication of members, reduced quality of important debates, and disruptions of the question hour. तो ये बता रहे हैं कि क्या क्या challenges वो face कर सकते हैं. इस पे question पूछ सकते हैं कि absenteeism हो, members अगर ना आए, जो कि almost case रहता है because they are busy in some other activities. उसके बाद उनका non-cooperation हो, उसके बाद उस पर जो भी bills हो रहे हैं, policies हैं, उस पर discussion जो हो रही है वो quality नहीं हो रही है. Means the content of the discussion or the debate is not having that quality. And finally, the disruptions of question hour. Question hour is actually the time when you ask important questions to the ministers and the members of parliament about their policies. तो उस पर भी disruptions होने से these are the challenges faced. The parliament typically meets 3 times a year. Question पूछा जा सकता है. These meetings are called sessions. First is the budget session, monsoon session, and winter session. Each of these has sittings where the parliament meets to deliberate upon proposed laws, discuss important matters of governance, and seek explanations from the executive on its decision and action. तो ये पूछा जा सकता है कि ये सब किस में होता है. तो सिटिंग्स में होता है. सेशन में ये लोग मिलते हैं और उसमें सिटिंग्स होती हैं. सिटिंग्स में ही वो सारे बैठकर, आप सिटिंग्स को ऐसा समझ सकते हैं कि ये क्लास है जहाँ पर हम सारी चीज़ें डिस्कस करते हैं. यूजली द पार्लियामेंट सिट्स फॉर 6 hours a day during sessions. इंपॉर्टेंट है. This can be extended on special occasion or when there is a need to complete urgent business. और इसको बढ़ाया भी जा सकता है अगर कोई अर्जेंट चीज़ हमें करनी है. जैसे हमने GST का जो बिल लाया था वो रात के 12 बजे लाया था. So at that time they can extend this session also. The state assemblies too have similar schedules. Productivity. Then on the left, in the parliamentary context, productivity is measured by the number of hours either by the Lok Sabha or by Rajya Sabha actually functioned against the time it was scheduled to. For example, it's scheduled to work for 100 hours and they work for 100 hours. So we can say that productivity is 100%. Scheduled for 100 hours, they work for 50 hours. We can say that productivity is 50%. So this is the productivity. कि कितने hours काम करना था और कितने hours काम किया गया. Here we can say the first Lok Sabha, which is from 1952 to 1957, number of sessions are 14, number of sittings were 677. Second Lok Sabha 1957 to 62, क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है इस पे भी. 16 sessions, 567 sittings. 10th Lok Sabha is 1991 to 1996, 16 sessions, 423 sittings. 13th Lok Sabha 1999 to 2004, 14 sessions and 356 sittings. Read the following statement of the former chairman of the Rajya Sabha, M. Venkaiah Naidu, given in 2021. The productivity of Rajya Sabha during 2004 to 14 has been about 78%, and it has declined to about 65% since then. Of the 11 sessions that he presided over, 4 of them clocked low productivity of 6.80%, 27.30%, 28.90%, and 29.55%. During the year 2018, the Rajya Sabha recorded the lowest ever productivity of 35.75% under the impact of disruptions. What conclusions can you draw from the statement? What implication does this have for the role that the Rajya Sabha is expected to play? Definitely, the productivity will go down. The discussions and overall policy making and the work of the parliament will be declined, affecting the entire nation. The parliament and the state assemblies have been envisioned as spaces for thoughtful debates and discussion where laws are made in the interest of people. However, when debates are disrupted, sessions are cut short and some bills take years to discuss and passed. It becomes a matter of concern. तो अगर इस तरह की प्रोडक्टिविटी नहीं होगी तो जो बिल्स हो रहे हैं वो गवर्नमेंट के हिसाब से जो बिल्स टाइम पे आने चाहिए वो डिले हो जाएंगे. And these bills are going to impact the entire country. Concerns have been expressed by sections of the society about the fact that a substantial proportion of their representatives in the Lok Sabha have criminal cases against them, and that many sessions are marked by angry or biased debates that do not seriously address issue affecting the people. तब यहाँ पर और एक कंसर्न है कि कई ऐसे जो मेंबर्स हैं उनके अगेंस्ट क्रिमिनल केसेस पाए गए हैं. दूसरा, वो कई सीरियसली डिबेट भी नहीं करते. जो मेंबर्स हैं वो सीरियस डिबेट नहीं करते. The media also plays an important role in communicating the concerns of the electorate. These cartoons express them without humor, a practice common to all healthy democracies. तो इलेक्टोरेट के भी उन्होंने काफ़ी कंसर्न बताए हैं. So you can see the monsoon session. Expect thunder, lightning, storm, breaches. It's monsoon session. तो उसमें भी disruptions हो सकते हैं because of weather. Next, scrutiny of paper filed by a candidate. तो जो somebody, suppose a person is going to contest the election. So he is going to submit all his details, and they have to actually be checked. So this is where they are talking about the criminal record of candidates. This is the election commissioner, and he is checking whether the candidate who is going to contest election, as he has any criminal record. It says, and finally any connection with cricket stars, and he is checking his connections. He is just trying to create a humor. Yet our democracy grows stronger when citizens stay informed and engaged. By asking questions, sharing their views, and participating in public discussions, people help shape better policies. Therefore, one of the best ways to overcome the challenges India faces regarding its legislature is to ensure that many more citizens stay informed on matters of importance to society. Participate in discussions through public debate on digital spaces that various government departments offer during policy making processes, and constructively engaging with political representatives on policies. तो ये बता रहा है कि लोगों ने भी अवेयर रहना चाहिए कि क्या डेवलपमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, क्या चेंजेस हो रहे हैं. इससे लोगों को भी अवेयर रहना चाहिए. जो भी डेवलपमेंट्स हो रहे हैं उससे लोगों ने भी क्वेश्चन पूछने चाहिए अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव से. Many more young leaders and diverse voices are entering public life, and technology is making it easier to stay connected and involved with governance. तो अभी जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज़ हो गया है, तो अभी आपको पता है कि लोकसभा और राज्यसभा के जो भी सेशंस होते हैं वो आप लाइव देख भी सकते हैं एज अ कॉमन सिटीजन. As future voters, your choices and participation will play a key role in strengthening our parliament and the assembly of the state you belong to, ensuring that they truly serve all people. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, a former Prime Minister of India, said during a speech in the Lok Sabha, सरकारें आएंगी जाएंगी, पार्टियां बनेंगी बिगड़ेंगी, लेकिन ये देश रहना चाहिए. इस देश का लोकतंत्र अमर रहना चाहिए. Governments will come and go, parties will rise and fall, but the nation must endure and its democracy must live on. What message do you think that this gives about the role of parliament and leaders in democracy? Why it is important to protect the democratic values? So this is a summary of what we have discussed, an important chapter. At least one or two questions can be asked from this in the exam.